Good afternoon. My name is Minzy, and today I'm going to have a presentation about fixing the representation gap in Japan's parliament. Now, imagine walking into Japan's parliament and barely seeing a woman. In 2024, that's not an exaggeration. Actually, only 15.7% of seats are held by women. That ranks us lowest in the G7 and 118th globally out of 187 countries. For a country that prides itself on technological leadership and democratic stability, this level of political underrepresentation is not just embarrassing. Actually, it's damaging. The consequences are real. According to a 2023 Nippon Foundation survey of 1,000 young people aged from 17 to 19, trust in the government is shockingly low, especially among young women. Only about 1 in 10 young women believe the current diet is a place for meaningful policy debate, and nearly a third say that they simply don't know or don't care. If our youngest voters are this disengaged, what does that say about the future of our democracy? Meanwhile, our global peers are progressing in 2024. Most of the countries in G7 have more than 30% of female in their parliaments, which are double Japan's figure. Over the last decade, all these countries have shown steady growth in women's political participation, while Japan's progress has remained nearly flat. And this isn't just a numbers game. Japan also scores lowest in the G7 on the Women's Political Empowerment Index and ranks last on the Electoral Democracy Index among G7 countries. Our system is not only less inclusive, it is becoming less competitive, less representative, and increasingly stagnant. But it doesn't have to stay this way. Your ministry, the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, has both the legal mandate and the policy tools to act. And the public is ready. The Stanford Japan Barometer reports strong and growing public support for female leaders, especially among urban voters and younger generations. Implementing a legislative gender quota requiring political parties to nominate a minimum percentage of women candidates by 2030 would be a decisive step towards restoring electoral legitimacy. Quotas won't replace merit. They help dismantle long-standing systemic barriers. They send a message that female leadership is expected, supported, and valued. Let me be clear, this isn't just about fairness. Actually, it's about political survival. Japan's global credibility, its voter trust, and its democratic future are all at stake. That's why I urge you to implement a legislative gender quota by 2030. This reform is achievable, measurable, and long overdue. It will not only improve gender equity but also re-energize political participation and demonstrate Japan's leadership on the global stage. Let's stop asking whether Japan can afford to make this change. The real question is how much longer can we afford not to? Thank you.